I'm a petroleum engineering graduate, and I worked on drilling rigs all my life. In '85, when we came back from Africa, I decided that I didn't want to work on the rigs anymore, but continued with my brother here in came back to West Virginia and drilled till '93. I took this business with a little bit of money and an old pickup truck and a dream, and got into the rigging business. I worked around a lot of heavy rigging. We saw something very important to the mining industry. We noticed when we broke these materials in a tensional load that you couldn't break all 12 strands of this material at once. It would string out, and if you did break the last of it, it would fall. And we began thinking about the miners in mobile equipment. I had not had any interest in the mining part of the equation at all. But when we saw this, we realized how close the operators are to their winches on shield haulers and scoops. And we approached the mines with this material, but we started with the purchasing agents. And at that time, the price of this polyethylene 12-strand hollow braid rope was 6 times the price of American wire rope. Well, you can imagine the boot I got from the purchasing agents. Well, we approached it differently. We went to the safety guys, and we started demonstrating this with video, what we were seeing with the material. Of course, they were a little skeptical, but almost in the same instance, we had a very bad injury at one of the Arch mines down south and one of the Patriot mines over in Boone County. And they got a hold of me through the manufacturer. We went down and explained the material. They had heard about it. And from 0 sales, we're up over 30 tons a year now in making these assemblies. It makes their life very much safer, back and hand injuries, and it's dominated our sales over the last few years. From underground, it led us to the prep plant. From the prep plant, it led us to pulling in long belt lines. From the belt lines, we got to the loadouts. Now we're on the loadout, on the boats. We're tying up the boats to move underneath the loadouts, because when people are in by and close to this material, wire rope and chain is going to fail. The randomness of the distribution of the debris cannot be calculated or figured in. And for some reason, no matter if you get back in the furthest break or you stay out of the way on the riverfront or on the belt line, somebody's always close to that pulling material. If it fails, they have a very low chance of being hit with a softer material. People always explain to us, once we convince them of the utility of this material, that they can sleep easier on the boats, rest easier when a phone call comes up from underground, and it's just this polyethylene 12-strand HMPE fiber has just changed their lives and made us safer. And from starting in a little pickup truck in the logging industry and avoiding the mining industry to a complete 180 degrees of mining being a dominant player in our business, because of the safety aspects that we're providing to these people who are working very close by in a very tensional and abrasive and just very dangerous situation. In the mining industry, I know we're lowering the cost per ton of coal mine, and we're lowering their injury rates. I know we're significantly improving what all of the major companies and the small companies should be approaching. That is a safer and safer environment, especially as the seams get lower. And we pride ourselves on being able to send these men home at night without a hand or a back injury or a loss of limb.